My young friend who grew up with me tried to. Just got you. New sports students moved to Million Phone, strongly express love. But I didn't panic. Just because I always believed love for 10 years, the snow between me and you can't be so fragile. Who knew when she was cornered by the wind? Ask her what the relationship is between her and me. She replied without hesitation. I met Snow, who was just a neighbor. The next second, she lifted her face up and kissed her. Later when I was texting, I was with a girl. When I locked it down, I happened to see Snow. My sister asked me what she and I had to do. Just a neighbor. It's just the neighborhood. Go play. The whole class comes out. A moment later, the clown came running back. Put an energy drink on my desk. He teases. Your friend at the table asked me to bring it to you. He took a breath and continued. Your desk mate or you go out and have a look. You just moved to class trying to snow like that. I heard it seems like a rich man. He's also an athlete on the city team. You're going to go to your school for a culture boost. I took a sip of water and said. The ocean doesn't have time. I haven't finished yet. The table mate teased. Related to the band, you were not afraid to try to change your heart. With the cold personality of the hood they tried our house, I see no possibility of changing my heart. You're the band, are you not afraid of trying to change your heart? I laughed indifferently. My husband and I are the best. This is something everyone knows. Our parents are good friends. The two who weren't even born were implanted. From small to large, my husband and I have always been a couple, gems in everyone's eyes. She didn't deny it, I didn't explain it. Miss Snow needs a cold personality. Keep your distance from the opposite sex except for me. The number of boys she rejected is countless. There are outstanding performers, there's a noble family, there's a striking appearance. Every kind of person has that. I'm not worried. Away home, rich sports student recently moved to Kia. It can get her attention. After school, I ran into that sports student. I'm wearing a briefcase and I'm going to try it out, waiting at the school gate to leave. Suddenly a small wind passed behind a tall skinny guy came to block the way trying to snow. He looked like he was laughing and asking for help. Miss Snow, everybody's throwing a welcome party for me tonight. You come with me. Miss Snow took a step back and set her hateful face. Sorry, I don't have time. When I finished, she walked around him. She walked a few steps and she looked at me again. Let's try the snow. I nod my head. Eyes again. He's putting it on the Kia sports student. But don't miss, his look when he looked at me was a penetrating look. A little bit of interest. On the way home, we're talking about difficult problems. Throw a little story at the end of school out the back of the head. When it was time to break up, Miss Snow suddenly called me back. She said I nod and closed my eyes. It's on top of the Kia sports student. But don't miss his gaze when he looked at me, a look. Interpreting with a little interest. Delicate Snow. Duong department, let's take the exam. The high university. The warm yellow light softened her delicate face. It's her cold. The voice also becomes graceful. And my heart laughed. I have a habit, falling asleep in class. Snow brings me one every day. Energy drink that day. Me and my table mate walked past her class from the toilet. She called me to put the can back through the windowsill. I looked up. I saw a guy sitting back. Put her head on the table she slept on. Miss Snow softly frowned. Let him sit for a while. He turned his face and caught my eye. And when he looked at me, his smile grew louder. But it's just a quick glance. You seem to be deliberately ignoring my existence. He turned his head and stared at the snow. Raise your eyebrows, the tone is a little ruffian. I see you often wear this. This is a delicious drink. Bring me a can tomorrow. He said, Snow, go and buy it yourself. A man shrugged and pretended to be helpless. What kind of class president is this? I don't care about friends. Then I always see the shadow of the wind. But only he's clinging to it. Snow for a while and then give up. My life and trying to return to peace. One day, Snow and I were standing apart across the hallway, a window to discuss a difficult problem, while studying drunk. She looked straight behind me. The bottom of the silent eye suddenly rippled. Without turning his head, I could only hear a laughter as pure as show. Million Fong is teasing a girl. Talk about the excitement. The girl laughed out loud. He tried to speak up in front of me, voice full of discontent. Million Fong replied. Millions of winds surprisingly raised their heads. His face was both surprised and calm. He laughed. Snow is looking for something to do with me. I quietly looked at the snow. She seems to have forgotten my existence. Just stare at the person behind me without blinking. She squeezed her hand. The corner of the exam paper in my hand was crumpled. The snow was cold for an hour. Million winds suddenly understand Ra. He couldn't even open his mouth. The girl next door blames her. The girl next to him was in love. It wasn't this morning that you said you'd be with me. Why didn't you tell the snow? I thought you said that. Laughing, I forgot he. They laughed and left. The snow is still standing. In the black eyes, her dress carries some missing pieces. In this moment, something seems to be coming, falling off my clenched hand. And one day I was sweating after I got back from the gym. I just met a guy standing with you in the hallway. He's an anti-land guy. Can handle can of energy drinks, laughing arrogantly. Then the wind tilted its head and glanced at me again. Give a can of water to the friend next to them, laughing. I don't want a drink for you. Friend Kiat teased, full of hints. Okay, how's the situation, millionaire? It's about to fall. Don't talk nonsense, she's annoying. I didn't stop walking expressionlessly back to class. There's an energy drink on the desk. She was late this morning. I opened it, took a sip, and frowned again. Throw it straight in the trash. My table mate looked at me and asked me. I didn't wait for the snow to come home first. She wasn't looking for me either. We met the next day in the elevator. The snow just asked me a question. The snow just asked me a question. The snow had a lot of exercise yesterday. Why did you come back so early? I stared at the numbers that were jumping down. In silence for a few seconds, I spoke again. I've been a little sleepless lately. Don't bring me a drink. Don't bring me a drink. Snow said nothing. I feel like she's always looking at me. Until the elevator doors open. I just heard her voice. She said coldly, try to snow. Snow, and I fell into the Cold War. Even at the table, I also noticed something unusual between us. He asked if he didn't, the couple's manager. I climbed on the boat. It's been a long time coming to a sad end. Focus on your studies. You're going to win. I've been eating breakfast all month. You're going to be a couple before you graduate. I want to focus on my education. I'm going to win the competition and cipher you in the table. At your desk. But I've heard that on the night of the next Grand Council, Miss Tide and Xiao Feng will perform together. Are you not angry? The ocean department is silent. Your face doesn't show any emotion. I'm just staring out the window. I'm angry, of course. But I've always had a vague belief, that affection, it can't be that fragile between me and her. Wait a few more days, I told myself. The school court night was very exciting. Before Snow's performance, and he started. In the stands, in the dark, there was a loud whistle and scream. The students tried to snow. Million wind and snow demand million wind. Every hour is very rhythmic. A sudden beam of light came onto the stage. The couple sitting in front of the piano. Boy in black uniform. Girl in white evening dress. 2-on-2 and beautiful. Perfect as the two main characters in a fairy tale. It's just that our show is about to start. Every hour is very rhythmic. A beam of powdery light shining on the stage. The couple sitting in front of the piano. Everyone immediately silenced the soothing melody, gracefully flush from their elongated fingers. The two people on the stage smiled at each other. Anyone who sees it must utter a matching sentence. We haven't been to school together in a month. I suddenly found that I didn't seem to recognize. It's snowing on the stage. Her eyes gave love her smiling bow. They're all strange looks I've never seen before. My heart suddenly beats. The feeling of great loss, the darkness came like the tide, and I was suffocated. It's like being separated from their world. My hand on the phone is also shaking. I can't hear what my table mate is saying. I just keep bowing my head. But the mouth is more calm. The phone's handle trembled even more. Finally, in the midst of the noise, while people are asking for sewing, because I hide my misery and run out. By the small lake in front of the school library, no one comes at 9 p.m. 10 hours, no one comes. 11 hours, still no AI. On WhatsApp friends circle, someone posted a couple photos. The women on the stage are playing. The four hands looking at each other smiling. The lights are more vibrant because of them. Clench your fists. Try to stabilize emotions. But 2 hands are still trembling for memories. They don't stop touching memories, difficult to solve in the past. I can't help but scream. The bone-chilling winter night wind, blowing so much that the whole body sweats colder than 11 hours. There was finally a rustling noise in the back. I'm bouncing, a light from behind flashing through, accompanied by the clear scream of a girl. A girl, for heaven's sake. That light shining right on my face. Put your hands behind the blinding light. The girl a few steps away asked. This girl, are you a ghost? When I was asked this question, my throat dried up. Ocean Department, I am the one. Just as I spoke, I realized my voice was hoarse. She frowned. The girl that scared my soul. I heard someone screaming and thought the school was haunted. The ghost is crying. I ran out of hoarse words. I am not a ghost. But the next second, I don't know why I suddenly felt dizzy. I almost fell on my back. Fortunately, I reacted quickly. Put your hands on the ground to keep your balance. The girl immediately panicked. Irradiation phone flashlight. She said I'm not a ghost. She said I'm not a ghost. But the next second, I don't know why I suddenly felt dizzy. I almost fell on my back. Fortunately, I reacted quickly. Put your hands on the ground to keep your balance. You are like this. Get up. I shouldn't have said you were a ghost. I'm sorry, I'm a ghost. Can I be a ghost? I slowly turned my head to look at her, shaking my head signal I'm not so. She's squatting about 3 meters away from me, looking horrified, pushing something on the ground towards me with a stick. Girls like this go ghost cop. I just bought a little ice cream pie. I gave it to you as a gift. Don't be angry, I said. Under the dim light she stood up. She's tall, I can't see her face. The cold wind brings a sweet fragrance on her body and her quick breath. She stuttered. It's not too early either. If you have nothing to do, I will go first. The man who ran away. I stood up and looked at the phone again. It's just text messages from my parents and my table mates. Replied to their messages. I took a deep breath. Look at the dark water in front of you. A few seconds later, I'm holding an ice cream pie. The girl gave it to him and left. Back down the block. I feel something, so I turn around. A long shadow in the corner. Quickly disappear. It's quiet. There's only the sound of a wild cat somewhere. Wake up. I didn't see the shadow I was waiting for. I laughed at myself for an hour. Dry, cracked lips torn apart in pain. Time on phone jumps to 23:59. They open the door and their parents' smiling faces appeared. They're holding an ice cream pie, and they're saying. The next day, when I woke up, my head was heavy. The alarm rings several times. I still can't get up. Dreaming I heard my mother's voice in amazement. My head is so hot. Then I lost consciousness. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. Just by my side. When I opened my eyes, she finally breathed a sigh of relief. I looked at the little box next to my mother. Mother immediately said. I was in the hospital. My mother was by my side. When I opened my eyes, she finally breathed a sigh of relief. I took you to the hospital this morning. I ran into Snow downstairs. She said it was a birthday present for me. From for an hour. She asked her mother if she didn't open it. It's the ocean. Because I was sick, I didn't want to move. After the water transfer, I went home to rest for half a day. I went back to school in the afternoon, just in time for the exam. The morning I missed. The monthly exam room is ranked by previous performance. Today, my husband and I are both in room number 1. For natural science class. She's sitting at the table in front of me. Just sat down. The Snow is back. His voice was rarely a little nervous, trying to Snow. Are you well? I won't raise my head. Put the pen down and land. She closed her lips for a few seconds and asked. It's snowing. Why didn't you come last night? I asked the sewing. I faced her cold eyes. A long time later. Yang department, I won't tell you, the supervisor is here. She took a deep breath and didn't ask. This is the Snow. From small to large, even if she argues with me, she's calm. There doesn't seem to be anything. It can affect her emotion. If not, I saw her on stage last night. I've always thought so. I just packed up and got up to go. Snow was calling from behind. I ignored her voice. Bow your head quickly without noticing. Va must be a girl who just walked into class. She cried out, "Oh my god." The voice is a little familiar. I looked over, caught the girl's sparkling clear eyes. Her eyes are very special amber. I looked for a few more seconds. Slim girl 5 quite exquisite. I'm sure I'm staring. She's a little inclined to give way. I hurried to say, "I am really sorry," she replied. Wang Ruinan is not Sao. Her voice has the purity of a teenage girl. We'll mix a little playful fun. Kuang-nin's friend ran to, fisting her hands. "You're going so fast, didn't you wait for me?" Washta tired Sao. Kuang-nin, her classmate, has a serious cabinet calendar. Other subjects are always pretty good, but literature is bad. Every time the teacher mentioned it, she hated it. Forged iron, not into steel. When I thought about it, I turned my head to look at her. My friend and I had a fight and went to class. When talking about her dimples hiding, the sunset fell on her. I had read both ears. "Maybe you can feel my eyes." My husband accidentally glanced over suddenly, face to face with me. A pair of panicked, beautiful eyes. Then quickly back to class. "There is an apple on the table. I'm sure you took the exam where I left it." I put the apple in the desk drawer. Wait for that person to take the Kai exam later. I was afraid people would forget me. I wrote a note on it. "Don't forget your apple, my friend." At the end of the day, Snow stood up in front of me. She said, "Miss Snow, can we talk? We're not fools." She's also naturally feeling the difference between the two of us. I nodded. I walked out the first class door. Va must be a day girl named Kuang Nin. She was holding an apple, laughing and having fun with the girls. A friend just winks and pushes her hand. "I saw a little piece of paper on the apple just now. Tell the truth, who gave it to you?" I couldn't wait patiently for an hour. But in the eye, it's full of looks again. The girl's undisguised pride, she said. "I bought it myself from my own pocket. I'm the kind of person who accepts other people's stuff." Friend Kia teased, "My friend, I believe you have the devil. Then show me the paper." Man replied, "Bing, you dream beautifully." She's dodging, not looking at the road so far right at us. And shoulder, she accidentally touched her aunt's arm. Not strong, but trying to snow. Nin turns his head. The first is to look at me. Eyes filled with laughter were especially bright. I don't know why, her hands immediately turned red. She hastily hid the hand holding the apple behind her back. "Say I'm sorry." I looked at that apple and then I moved my eyes to her face. "Don't tell me you're..." I pointed to the snow next to me. Kia's clear eyes turned to try the snow. His voice wasn't as panicked as it was a few seconds ago. Her lips. "Sorry, I can't see you." Miss Snow rubbed her arm, unresponsive. "Just keep your voice down to me. Snow needs me to pack first." "I'll wait for you at the classroom," I said. Department of Ocean. When I'm back, Kuang Nin chased his friend away. "Just fired. My apple is my apple. Give it back to me, damn it." I don't understand why I suddenly laugh. My apple is my apple. Give it back to me, damn it. I don't understand why I suddenly laughed. The apple on the desk is gone. There's only one piece of paper left. Just write 2 words on the paper, "Thank you." It's like a butterfly dancing on paper. Beautiful words as people. Finished cleaning the back. I waited a long time and didn't see the snow coming. I had to go to her class to find her. But they found out that the class had turned off the lock light. I'm standing in front of the second grade at night and I'm calling her number. In the desk by the window, there's a phone light flashing. I hung up the light and turned off the snow as promised. My heart is empty as if something had been taken away. I was ridiculous before. I think I should talk to her frankly. The next day, it's time for mid-hour exercise. I'm a weekday student, so I check my classes. I walk through the snow without looking. She suddenly spoke up. "Tried snow yesterday. In the boys' row next door. The guy changed places with someone else. Brutal pulling hand tries snow. Put 2 candies in her hand. Here you go, imported. Thank you for coming to my house yesterday." Okay, reason 7 promised found. Father Snow meekly lips do not refuse. Turn your head and look at me. And I bow my head to avoid her eyes. Go to the transcript. Class 2 fitness in the middle of the hour arbitrarily change seats. Talk separately except for 5 points. Do you want to apologize? Then I turned and walked towards the first class next to my back, to the angry rebuke of the million phone. What the hell? He's not your friend. How about subtracting my class? At the end of the first row saw me go to. The girl who was talking in private suddenly stood up straight. Exercise in a serious way. Ease in. You shut the mouth of the woman you're talking to, she said. Don't take it seriously anymore. Kid girl. Your expression changed from disgruntled to you being crazy. When you see me look. Her face became full of hidden clips. Her voice teased me. Tuong's friend. You work so hard in the middle of the day. I smiled softly and my face turned red. She bit her lip and said, Tuong, you know, they're subtracting your points now. I laughed at the end of walking past her. Drop a sentence. Don't worry, there are no points. Monthly exam results are announced very quickly. New exam yesterday. There were results today. My boss told me to come to the office to take the exam. I haven't been in the office yet. I heard a teacher yelling at me. What did you write in your essay? I can't find your subject using navigation. How good are you in other subjects? This book pulls my feet down. When I was in college, I did. Don't look away. I'm talking to you. I knocked on the door of Duong department. She came to take the exam. The teacher replied, come in. I went straight through Tuong Min, to the boss's desk in the back. First grade literature teacher lowered her voice. Look. This time, because he was sick, he did not take the exam, or I'd show you the text. How are people writing? My teacher mentioned me. I'm a little shy. Laugh with the teacher, and then he started to see the eyes of Tuong Ning. She's stupid. He paused for a few seconds and then turned away. She's stupid. He paused for a few seconds and then turned away. Oh my gosh, I can wait for next time. Let me show you how people write. The teacher frowned a little and went home. Take your exam and read more documents. I was so nervous, following me back to class. Our shadow on the ground along a short. They overlap and then separate. To the classroom door, the girl behind suddenly called me. I was surprised to come back. She's standing in the backlight. I can't see her face. The hand is hiding behind your back. Slowly open your palms. 2 drops of yogurt candy, the exam I'm holding. Her small voice. Tuong Ning, thank you for the exercise. I didn't take my class points in the middle. I didn't refuse. Yes, I can accept her hand. I'm going to say goodbye to Tuong Ning. I just came back and saw Snow standing behind me. Her eyes flashed across Tuong Ning, and she stopped on me and she said, sorry for the snow last night. Let's talk after school today. I don't feel like going to class. I didn't need it last night. Unless the million phone has limited her personal freedom. Otherwise she's completely, you can borrow his phone to explain to me. No, but I didn't get anything. There are only 2 reasons. One is that she doesn't want to. She doesn't remember my number. Whatever the reason, it's not worth continuing to hope for her. This month the snow was not good. I was demoted to 5th overall. But she never dropped out of the top 3. Very quickly I knew the reason. Just from the cafeteria, the bell enters the sewing class. I took a shortcut through the little forest. It's not far away. A million wind drags the snow to a corner. He's getting closer to her. Until she had to lean against the wall. Ask the snow. My face tried to snow like red. The snow is not. She answered very quickly. Million wind laughing. Why did I hear someone else say you too? Try to snow. She said she and I were just neighbors. Million silent wind. She laughed and kissed her lips. as light as a waterborne dragonfly. Snow, I like you. Snow for a few seconds. Then suddenly he put his arm around his neck, tiptoes up enthusiastically kissing in return. Naive boys and girls of youth fought into each other in a stimulating awkward kiss. I stood there watching for a while. I thought it would hurt. But it's weird. I was thinking about being late for school. I turned and left. I can't go far enough to hear footsteps behind me. I'm back. My son is holding a bread. Mouth puffy from chewing. She didn't stop and ran towards me, long black hair flying through the air. She was kind enough to remind me. You're going to be late for school and you're not going to run. Kuang-yin quickly sprayed. You're going to be late for school and you're not going to run. Her cheeks puffed up like a hamster. Up the stairs, she stopped. Kuang-yin choked a choking cough, coughed a red face. She pointed to the mineral water bottle in my hand and I said. She just coughed and said, Min is not okay. I saw she was coughing so hard, I handed her a water bottle. She drank the other half of the bottle. She nods seriously. Kuang-min, a drop of love. I will repay with the whole stream. The red cough on her face hasn't cleared up, I laugh. Ocean is easy to say. Kuang-min's response came very quickly. At the end of class, we changed places. I moved to sit by the window. I sat down and heard the sound of a glass knocking on the window. Min is leaning against the doorway. Laughed to reveal the dimple very clearly. She shook the water bottle and the yogurt glass in her hand. My lifesaver came to thank me. There seems to be a deliberate arrangement. Everywhere I went, I met Nang. It's just so confusing. She and I are getting closer. Ask her hard math. She asked me if I was a writer or a desk mate. She asked me why I was suddenly so close to her. I said I saved her life. His eyes looked at me like a fool. The relationship between me and the snow, no one talks about it anymore. People tacitly understand not to say rock. They also see the relationship. There's nothing normal between her and her. Every day I see snow. But we haven't talked in a long time. Since I threw that can away. She doesn't carry it for me anymore. On the contrary, millions of people play every day, kick a can of water through my classroom door. Every time my table mates said angrily. But also it's also glorious that I denounced the two people they fell in love with early. When he saw that I had no reaction, he asked. Why aren't you angry? I replied. Actually, I was a little upset at first, but that's a sevenfold hope for the snow. It has nothing to do with millions. And in those 7 years, it's my own fault. She and I are not really lovers. You're not qualified to say this or that. What others want to do, I have no right to interfere. I really liked it before. Try to snow, but think clearly. I'm in 12th grade, the future is limitless, I work hard. The effort is also learning. Why should I die bad for a girl? No, I'm not bragging. Just now, I'm putting all my mind into studying. You wait for me to finish my studies, wait for me to learn. I want to find a girl without her. Asked a feeble table mate. How long are you going to study? And I said, my destiny is that the sea is infinite. At the same table, how long are you going to study? I replied to the ocean department. May destiny be infinite, sea learning is boundless. Very soon came the final exam. Recent exams. Snow can't catch up with me anymore. The first place in the whole school is in my pocket. The day of the final exam, I went to the hostess's office to get the transcripts. She heard the second grade teacher's voice say, oh. The snow must have been a few times. This is not good health. Wait for her to adjust. I can get my first class back. Girls who are susceptible to physiological problems. There's no way. I can only say that it's a girl when I make people. It's not fair to women. What do you say? This world is a world. Loving gay giant. My hostess laughed and didn't reply. Come to me, the second grade teacher changed the subject immediately. My boss asked me if I had any plan for the winter vacation. I was going to say no, but I changed my mind. I talked to my classmates. Planned to form a team to supplement the weak subjects. We even found a college girl to help us. The second grade teacher intervened. Oh, good. I don't blame the snow. I told you winter break, she'll be tutoring poor students. Turns out I'm going to help you. Me, an hour. Ocean is not. My classmates said it was first grade. The director agreed, I replied. Yes, in exchange, I will give him a copy. The first grade teacher hurried in. First grade teacher, listen to you mention Kuan. Our house is empty. What did you say about her? The first grade teacher agreed. And behind you, there is the boss. First graders tell the story of helping each other. She suddenly understood. Ra laughed and turned out to be Yang. Is the high man. What do you think of the literature that Kuang Nin said? I thought these days, her writing score increased because I scolded her. And then she patted me on the shoulder. First grade teacher. Dear Yang, please torture this girl during the winter break. My boss also told Kuang Ruinin. Miss Kuang Nin. I also give my classmates, please see my smart brain. Master class 2. In my opinion, she's still our best daughter. I looked at the snow and tried to snow the class we watched. Be careful, smart. I'm willing to help you too. God is capable of loving others. Not like some of Nam Kuan's friends. Bing Ching poked his head out from behind his boss. Interrupt her. This, are you complimenting me? Thank you, thank you. But I see I'm not smart, not in class ba. This time the whole school, only he gets an absolute score. I came to the office to see his exam. Thank you for the money of Kuang Nin hidden. She's obviously laughing, but the tone is a bit of a strange irony. The second grade teacher choked. Just bit her class into it. She muttered a few words and turned away. My wife is holding a Roman sick hand with me. Then winter break, just walked out the door to the library. I ran into some people at the opposite door. A few friends are ringing the doorbell. A few seconds later, the snow opened the door. I took a look at her and turned away. The air is the refreshing laughter of millions of maple. I heard you say that you and your brother are neighbors. I can't believe you two are so close together. Try to snow for an hour so they can come in and change their shoes. Behind me came the voice of the snow. Snow, you are avoiding me. A little bit of a doubt. I want to laugh, I said. Duan, you think a lot. She asked the Yang department. It was snowing and my mother invited me to dinner. You never come again. I have a lot of homework and no time. Million Fong has come into the house again, peeked out. Miss Snow, everyone is waiting for you. Not in yet. He looked at me full of meaning. Miss Snow said. Snow White, I hope we are still friends. The snow is finished. Without waiting for my reaction, closed the door. I laughed and stood at the door, texting Iver a message from the ocean department. I don't make friends with uneducated people. I deleted WeChat and the phone number after sending it. The snow has no reaction. Just as I predicted. If she doesn't say this today, we can still silently in each other's books. But she said we were friends. An ironic positioning. Never before between us. Something about friends were neighbors. In the face of everyone's teasing. The joking words, we all implicitly understand without denying. I like to try snow. I used to think that the Snow Queen liked me too. But now I realize I was wrong. She just sees me as a leaf. Sure to reject others. And I made a complaint about accepting the cold. Away from her. 10 years ago. My life doesn't revolve around. The book is also about the snow. There are almost no close friends. The first impression of others about me is the guy who is a scarecrow, love of the late snow. Now I am the class, most of the entire market. Life is not trying to snow. My future is suddenly bright and wide open. The days I don't care about her anymore. I have more time to invest in myself. To discover the good things around. Knock cup cup. In the library, my wife is sitting across the phone with me. Sign let me see written on it. Duong Ning's message in the Yang department has snowed. Outside the window the sun was dim, the snow was falling. But I see a bright light. The woman in front of me has a hidden dimple. Send another message. Kuang Nin's message. Today is the first snow, make a wish. Looking up at the girl's bright eyes. I said, may we all have a future. Bright and bright. We tried to snow was tacitly understand that parting. There are no red-faced arguments. As she wishes. We become real neighbors sometimes. When we meet, we will smile and nod. Her story, and Million Fong does not know who is AI. The teacher went to her parents to try to escape. When they met me, my parents carefully asked. I tried snow. I haven't seen you in a long time looking for snow. You two have a fight. Since childhood, they have jokingly called me the son-in-law of a mess. Always keep your distance, with guys other than me suddenly. I know girls love early. You can't help but be surprised and suspicious. But I see they don't. I blame the snow for this. The opposite after I shook my head saying no to arguing. In the eyes, they also have a little more joy. Hard to recognize the young department. It's normal for girls to get a little excited. You have to comfort her more. Don't pick it up. I'll talk to him when he gets back. But the next second, I don't need to wait for the snow to come back. She looks very angry. A look I've never seen. She exasperated said, Miss Snow. Come here, I have something to say behind my back. She pulls up my sleeve and I'm walking towards the elevator. Behind her parents' backs, she laughed and talked. I want the two of you to talk clearly. Children don't have a grudge overnight. There are people all the way to a deserted corner of a residential park. The snow just stopped. The snow just stopped. I stepped on her shadow on the ground. Guess what she'll say to me later? She said coldly that Miss Snow needed Yang. It's about me and the wind, that's you. Not to tell. I'm a little silly. It turns out that this is what happened. My face is expressionless. The ocean is not. She frowned. She didn't believe me. I shrugged my shoulders to find a nearby couch and sat down. She said she was Snow. He and I used to be in the little forest of the school. I saw you. I laughed for an hour. It turns out that's it. If you see me, the two words neighbor are also trying. Tell me what you mean. Let me back out on my own. I took my phone out to see the time to laugh and say, Father Snow, don't you think I still like you? I admit I like you before. But not now. What you love has nothing to do with me. There's time to get in the way of the two of you. I'd rather do two more problems. I raise my head. She's looking down at me from above. She looked at me like that before. I'll carefully try to detect. Look at the change in her face. Whether it's disgust or joy. But now, I just find her ridiculous. It's even a little boring. Phone screen show up Kuang-nin's message. You re not still learning right now, are you? I made an appointment tonight. Let's celebrate New Year's Eve together and watch the fireworks. Don't have 7 promises. Kuang-nin's message. At the moment, you are not still studying. I made an appointment tonight. Let's celebrate New Year's Eve together and watch the fireworks. You don't have 7 promises, I quickly answered. The message from the Yanmei department didn't go. It was me. Kuang-nin sent a voice message. I'll be downstairs in 10 minutes. I'll be downstairs in 10 minutes. There's a car horn over there, the noise of people, there's the wind and my breath. I can imagine her hasty appearance. When you come to see me, I laughed and said, Snow. Snow took a step closer to me. Her shadow obscures the streetlights. The way she looked at me changed. Not as angry as I was, but a little more hesitation I don't understand. I washed my pants and stood up. Ocean, believe it or not. What I don't do is I don't do it. I have an appointment and left first. I have just walked 2 steps, the snow is calling. Miss Snow has a very soft voice. Her voice was so soft that she was easily swept away by the wind. I didn't stop, she said. Miss Snow needs extra fun. I'm waving my arms and striding towards the residential gate. We're a large group of people riding the tram. They're all classmates. We taught ourselves during the winter break. My table mate was there too. He exclaimed, You two are colluding. Are you wearing a pair tonight? He laughed and continued. Hurry up and get in the back of your car. I glanced at Kuang-nin. We're both wearing yellow life jackets, same color, but different style. She went to hand me my helmet. Not at all, embarrassed by Kao's teasing. I also coordinated the helmet. Kuang-nin said. That's what the ship said. Then let's satisfy the spirit of the ocean. Take his boat. Because the ship has said that, the ocean department. Let us satisfy our will, let's sail his boat. But I just passed the helmet. She turned the car over to her best friend's car. She raised her eyebrows and looked at me. I can't sit in your car. You drive so fast. Miss the police. I don't want to get out of the car in time. Warm yellow light shining on the top of Kuang-nin's head. Her bright eyes. It's up a quiet wind that's attached, but I don't know when. The red girl is no longer a red girl. Faced the day before. I feel that she has been quietly practicing heavy. Just stir up the vibes of spring. We took our eyes off our command hands. Bae Seong started. People who come to see fireworks on the lake are very crowded. We found a relatively empty place. The time is right. We just stood. There were people in front of us who started to turn around. Everyone, year 4 ba, I also shouted at my group of friends ba 2 1. Next to the lake, a beam of fireworks suddenly soared into the sky, tearing the night apart. By my ear a sweet smell passed her. In department of Duong New Year happy as you like. My wife is standing next to me. She looked up and laughed, and the eyes reflect the fireworks extremely bright, from which the loud firecrackers of Ho boomed in succession. Friends around you also wish loudly. I screwed up the adult world. I screwed up coming here. College, try it. I hope we all get into the school we want. I also screamed out loud. University of New York is waiting for me. Boom boom. The fireworks are relentless. The heart beats faster. In the cold wind, the teenager's young son's heart still burns me. Tilt head, I found out that Tuong Nin was still looking at me. Duong Kuong Nin office happy new year as you like. I hear myself thinking. This extra winter vacation is not in vain. Early school year exam. I won first class again. The performance of your classmates has improved. Especially Kuong Nin. Her overall score made it into the top 10 of the entire school. The first grade teacher passed by my class. Take a few steps back. First class director Yan. It's a teaching method, of course. Yours will work with Kuong Nin. Laughing nonsense. Nonsense is not a method that works. You're the one who works, miss. I waited for the teacher to leave and squinted at the car. Masterpiece, come on, what are you two whispering on New Year's Eve? Are you confessing to Tuong? Min 2 words confession. He's just using a mouth shape, I said. Don T, you think a lot. He's laughing so hard, he's looking at my face. Maybe I didn't see any hamsters, so I gave up. I like Tuong Nin. And Kuong Nin also likes me. I'm not a fool. I can't stop other people's feelings, but it can suppress the right vibrations, my own little. Now the most important thing is college. I have no mind to think of anything else. While eating at the cafeteria, passing the chips on her plate, glanced and said, "It's like snow this time. Second class next to you." As soon as he finished speaking, the person in front stopped. The snowman turned and immediately shut up. Dad, snow needs to wear a lot of life jacket, that it feels like the next second could be blown away by the wind. I speak up. Congratulations to Department Yan. My father looked at me quietly, she said. Thanks for the snow. When a cold spring weather blows between us, we are like two boats, turn the aisle to two different harbors. Someone came running behind me. Jump up and pat me on the head. In that moment the wind stopped blowing. Min incense, you guys don't even go to the cafeteria. Your favorite chicken wings are about to be stolen. My wife and her friends ran by, turn around and smile brightly. I heard that, hurry and pull the ship, follow me. It's been a long time since I remembered that I didn't say goodbye to the snow. I quickly turned my head and looked, see slim body, her walk in the crowd seems a little lonely. But the next second, Million Fong ran to go parallel with her. I came through the summer. After stressful and intense exam preparation days, the college exam has arrived as expected. When the last lesson is done, the torrential rain of the last few days is finally pouring down. Many people jump into the rain, screaming to relieve the pressure that's been building for 3 years. I'm standing under the eaves, let the rain fall through your hands. Someone poked at my hand. What are you going to do on summer vacation? Nin half leaned against the wall laughing softly. I was just about to answer, snow. She came from behind. The weak also realized, it's like someone who looks at her and then turns his head. The smile on the face does not diminish. She said, I'm going to go to driving school. What about you? Kuang Nin tilted his head, fingers gently point on my cheek. Kuang Nin, my family forced me to go abroad and made me laugh. I heard you say that shit. Or is this a good thing for me to do? She replied. Kuang Nin, I don't have an umbrella, can you take me home? The snow was almost at the same time. My mom said to invite you and your uncle to dinner tonight. Let's go home together. I get it. The snow suddenly changed its character. It turned out to be her mother's order. You don't have to go home together. Please tell me I'm coming tonight. After I finished, I walked around her, facing the eyes of Kuang Min. Duong department Yang. Come on, lady, I'll take you home. And she said, yes, my lord. The umbrella is not big. Me and Kuang Nin, they are not close together, so both of your shoulders are half wet. The umbrella tilts towards her, covering the other half of her shoulder. Silence came closer to me. Your clothes touch each other. We both called each other's names, then laugh again. She said, weak Nin, you say first. Hands are letting go. My hand gently glides over her fingertips. I said, Nin Chuan. Have fun in the summer. Remember to protect yourself from the sun. She sat there for a moment and laughed. The dimples on my lips are hidden. I suddenly found out she was incredibly beautiful. She said, you too, take summer driving lessons for good. Then drive the car for a walk. I laughed. I didn't have money to buy a car. She doesn't care. Nin Thong Man, there's no way I could steal my dad's car and let you drive. I didn't have money to buy a car. Not far away, someone called out her name. I lifted my umbrella to the rain and the fog fell on my face. I gave her my hand. Kuang Nin said. Ho just reminded Cao Cao that Cao Cao is coming too. Come on, let's go home. You can also feel my father's car. I pointed to the couple who were expecting, looking on the other side. Next time I will feel it. My parents are here too. I put the umbrella in her hand. Fingers touching the back of her hand. It's cold, but it causes a silent fire. I didn't wait for her to refuse. I rushed like an arrow into the rain. The torrential right wind came. I turned my head and looked back. I saw her standing in the rain. The shadow of the rain, dimmed with a soft layer of light. She waved at me and called me. Duong Nin Duong department, keep in touch. I just ran and landed. Yang department will be in regular contact in the future. Dinner at their house, I try not to be absent. This is the first time two ohms. Let's eat together. Ever since I and Snow were real neighbors. She is very enthusiastic. I asked Han about my exam. I asked the university I wanted to go to. I politely replied. From the toilet back out. I walked through the bedroom of the snowman. I saw her with her back to the door. Talk on the phone with that AI. She shakes her head. I can't see you today. I have guests at my house tomorrow. Well, he's here too. The other guy doesn't know what he said. The snow sighed very softly. But I know it's a sign of impatience. I didn't stop and went back to the living room. And you guys are bragging all the time in the group. It's not travel, it's good food. My parents are even more nervous than me. Finished listening to the score. The hanging heart is finally laid down. College is for sure. Next is the teacher's phone. And then the phones of the school admission office. Parents are constantly busy. Ming sent me a photo. She's wearing sunglasses and cool swimsuits. What is my message this time? Who says I can't tell the difference? I replied to Yang department's message. What did you send? Why can't I see anything? But she didn't react in time and sent it again. I only realized my teasing after sending it the second time. Kuang Nin's message is very good. Now you know how to make fun of people. I'm not teasing her anymore, I asked. Message from Ocean Department. The director said that this time you have a good score. The whole school, she said. Kuang Nin's message. Are you here to take first class? I asked. Duong Department's message carefully thought about which school to choose. She replied to Kuang's message secretly. Okay, she didn't say I know. Trying to escape. My wife sent a voice message. Our 18-year-old Yang department is coming soon. You wish I could shine bright in the future. The voice of the young girl is pure and graceful. Fresh young youth vitality seems to spill off the screen. My husband and I went to college together. But study another major. I enrolled in bioengineering, and she's in applied chemistry. My parents came to the school with us. Before you go, parents ask. Two kids at school have to help each other. But they just left. I and the Snow have each one. Miss Snow Ru Duong. She called me back. Miss Snow needs Key's beautiful appearance. Standing there looking cold and tau. Many people on the road have to look back. I asked her if she had anything else to do. Will you go to dinner tonight? There's millions of wind and you. They're all old school friends. I thought for a moment and answered. You sent me the time and address. I was almost the last person at that dinner party. And everyone was screaming. First the class of the market, we're finally here. Now we can start drinking. Give yourself a drink. I haven't had time to say anything yet. Someone from behind took my hand, smiling and peeking out Ra's head. Sorry, Mr. Yang had to pick me up so he was late. He can't drink. You have to drive me home tonight. Tuong Min did not say 2 words. Put up your hand and push my glass of wine. She sat down and pulled my shirt off. Hurry up and pour me some water, I'm thirsty. I smirked. Duong in Hat Ninh was also admitted to Hi-Fi University. I soon knew the dream college, her wish through her best friend. She enrolled in medicine. In front of us is the snow and the wind. Someone started teasing. Hey, try the snow. I used to think that you and Jen were a couple. Everywhere you go, there are couples. Even on the honor roll stands side by side. The room was suddenly silent. I looked at Tuong Min reflexively. She smiled at me and poured juice into her glass. Let me sit in front of you and speak up. The cold tone. The man now realized that he had missed the word. Apologize and punish yourself for 2 drinks. Finally fell off the chair pretending to be drunk. The snow needs to speak. The snow needs to speak. All right, millions. He's drunk, so he can't talk. Just a light sentence like that immediately blew up. Fire in the heart of the wind. He threw down his chopsticks in anger. This is a drunk issue. He knocked on the door and left. Everyone looked at each other bewildered. This is my friend's fault. Even if you mention me, but it has nothing to do with me. Before trying to snow out, she stopped between me and Tuong Min, speaking in a difficult way. Miss Snow in the ocean. She hesitated a little. He seems to be thinking about how to speak. You can go out. Can you explain it to me with a million words? He seems to have a misunderstanding about our relationship. It's like I'm the cause. It made the 2 of them fight. Before I could land, my shoulders dropped. Tuong Min, who just woke up, now drunk, I don't know what heaven is. I love your dreamy eyes. Tuong Min, my young department has a headache. The head is too heavy to lift. I kept laughing at her. Where do I feel pain, here or here? She took my hand and pressed it against the temples. But still comfortable. 2 hours like a cat. The snow knows that the 2 of us mean it. Don't say another word and leave. Tuong Min immediately woke up, sitting up straight to hide embarrassment. She holds a glass of water next to her. I was surprised to see her. Maybe you drank the wrong glass. Tuong Min's face turned red and suddenly coughed. The school friend next door started teasing. I saw you 2 early on. Tell the truth, you 2 are dating, right? Dating ever since. I just poured water for her. Duong department has not yet. Tuong Min has stopped coughing up. I'm a nerd, that's right. People in the world only have education in their hearts. There is no room for me. When I finished, she avoided my eyes and I ran out of words. I drank the wrong glass of water and was so embarrassed. The snow and the wind didn't come back after the party. At night I called the Roman 6 Dike and said, Million wind and try to snow as quarreling for parting million. He even posted hard to hear words to his friends. I asked why the devil had the power of millions. He said he had been friends since Million New Wind moves to in town. Military training day, harsh autumn sun. There were also people screaming in the crowd. I am a student. There's a girl in 1st grade who fainted from heat stroke. My heart tightened because of Kuang Tai Nin in 1st grade. I didn't say 2 words. Chen through the crowd. She's standing there with a tired face. Tired of sweating, his dreamy eyes were about to fall. I picked her up directly. My sweat screamed out loud. I got out. But the next second, Kuang, suddenly, he punched me in the chest. I looked down at her. Are you crazy, Duong? The one with the heat stroke is my roommate. What I heard was that the girl who fainted was you. I saw that you were tired as if you were going to faint, so Are you crazy, Duong? The one with the heat stroke is my roommate. Kuang Ming, I just helped people carry my roommate. I'm not tired. I put her down and rubbed her breasts. Your little fists hurt you too. Kuang Ming, why do I punch a poplar? MS, Yang Ai is small. That's what Ning told you. I spread my arms out. Can you punch me again? If I say a word, I'm a puppy. She's cold. If you scream, bark 3 dogs. You called 2. The next second she held up her fist and I laughed. Ning, you called. What else did you say? Hello Million Fawn sent an invitation to make friends. WeChat send me a message. I am the win. I accepted and answered frankly. Duong department message. Before, I and Snow were not dating. You won't like her later. Don't drag me into your business. I can only answer one word. College life is beautiful. First time team building with the faculty. I had a few glasses of wine. While I was out, a girl called me back. Please sing. Suddenly, Snow appeared behind me. It's snowing. What are you doing here? I pointed to the toilet sign. Uncle Yam, you said try to give me a soft smile. I made friends with Kia and went back. After the party, as I walked out the door, I saw Snow. She bit her lip and asked Miss Snow. Uncle Yam, have you forgotten your uncle's instructions? You promised you'd take good care of me. And you're confused with another woman. I'm running out of words. I have nothing to do with you. But what's more, are you sick? Taking care of each other is a welcome, but you also believe it's the right time. A warm hand wrapped around my hand. Anne looked up. I waited a long time and shook my head. She looked at the snow and said, You. From a distance, I thought you were crazy. The snow is pale. We turned our heads and said loudly. I said, Who is she? What's your relationship? You don't know, you thought she was coming. I said it was just a neighbor. Who is she? What's your relationship? You don't know, you thought she was coming. I said it was just a neighbor. But in fact, since millions of phone friends with me, the snow is constantly disturbing. I'm a circle of friends of million phone. They keep breaking up and healing. She even texted me in the middle of the night. It's like nothing ever happened. My son came to the school to see me. I decided to call the snow to say a word. The two people they just met had a crazy argument. I interrupted the win. Million Fong Night Reunion Class 12. Did you delete the text I sent her? And about drinking water. You changed cans of water and tried snow. Give it to me, right? I'm panicking, denying millions. What the hell did you say I did? I laughed. I have no proof. I admit I used to love Snow. But I'm not the opposite. She doesn't want to hang from a tree for the rest of her life. Don't you two walk in front of me anymore. I have someone I like and I don't want her to be sad. On the walk back to the dormitory with Kuang Nan, the two of you are running under the light. Good food without touching the dog. Good wine. I turned to look at her smiling. My puppy, I like you. Let's go on a date. The next second I held the back of her head and kissed her. Duong Kuang Nin department, you are lovely. She was so stupid she grabbed her phone. What a weak Nin. Repeat what you just said, let me record it, just in case you wake up tomorrow and don't take it. I ran out of words. You don't want to skip the step, I'm sure. Woke up the next morning. I saw that she had sent me a 2,359-page text. It's about excitement and confusion all night without sleep. Chuang Min message. You won't wake up. You are not responsible for me, I replied. Duong department message. I love you. Today is the first day I am officially pursuing you. At the moment department Yan said we go on a date Tuong. I feel like I'm going crazy for happiness. The first impression was that the second king was always behind him. The first time we met in person was on the bus. 10th grade bus when she was struggling with her English homework. In the morning of the car, he held the bag for her. Let me borrow your answer to check. Since then, her eyes have always had a location called the Ocean Department. 12th grade reunion night, I know it's your birthday. I bought ice cream and silently follow after seeing you sadly run to the lake. She gave the cake as a stranger. Then quietly, Theo protected him home. Those little secrets. From the apple in the same room, until the times of pretending to meet by chance. They all make perfect love. That you have for you. On a bus that year. The boy sitting by the window. The October sun is shining. He smiled softly at her. In that moment, Duong Min heard the sound of his heart beating continuously. A living and strong love.